Hello and welcome to our early access gameplay preview of Titan Quest II. I'm Balint Martin, lead systems designer at Grimlore Games. In this video we will be taking a look at what you can expect in our initial release. Titan Quest II's handcrafted world is semi-open, allowing you to explore in any direction you choose within the current chapter. Our chapters, on the other hand, will be connected in a linear fashion. Let's take a look at the flooded farmlands near the village of Pyrgos. This is an early game area, shortly after the goddess Nemesis forced our hero to flee their village. The local dam has been breached by the Ichthian fishmen, causing the flood. We are tasked with finding their leaders and eliminating them. Combat in Titan Quest II is all about a back and forth with enemies. We carefully crafted animation timings to ensure that you can sidestep enemy weapon attacks. Enemy abilities are telegraphed and avoidable as well, and often come with an area warning on the ground. Mobs are typically built in a way that they would complement the strengths and weaknesses of the enemies in each group. Groups of fodder don't always have backup from more advanced enemies though. Looking at the Ichthian faction, you will see a huge variety of troops that can form a great number of compositions. For example, the Enchanter is a healer that prioritizes its strongest ally and also buffs them while the channeling healing is active. Brutes frequently accompany them, as their powerful mace abilities and high health make for excellent synergy here. What really tops this duo off is when there's also a man-catcher in the squad trying to snare you with their net. If you are caught, the Brute Slam ability is not avoidable for most builds without teleport, so you will have to find a way to survive the onslaught with a mix of your skill usage, barrier, potion, and your raw stats. For glass cannon characters, the dodge skill will be your best friend, as ideally you never get caught in the first place. While we definitely want the combat to be challenging and demand your attention, we also wanted to make sure you have a lot of choices about how you engage these groups. Do you take out the low rank enemies first? Perhaps target the flimsier casters? Maybe you can manage to unleash a flurry of abilities to take out a tougher single enemy.
Energy.
The Ichthian leaders we are asked to hunt down in the flooded farmlands have particularly powerful abilities and are kitted out with a large number of them. On top of this, they also have auras that boost the performance of their allies, making the entire group more dangerous. Leaders or elite enemies will be scattered throughout the open world and are sometimes associated with quests. They can definitely be threatening, but aren't quite on the same level as boss tier enemies. When building your character, like in the first Titan Quest game, you will be combining two masteries to form your class. Within these, as you unlock new skills, you will mix and match skill modifiers to customize them to your needs. Even your passive skills will feature feats that you can unlock, as well as mix and match, further expanding your ability to customize your character. Flexibility is key in Titan Quest II. seeing as there are several synergies to explore and certain enemies will just be more resistant to your core build. To make sure you have this flexibility, we are allowing you on-the-fly changes to your skill modifiers at no cost, as well as skill point respecs without the need for a vendor. Skill point reallocation will cost you, however. As for your main attributes, altering those would require a ritual, invoking the gods' favor. Your attribute allocation will determine what sort of equipment you will be able to use, as you would expect from any RPG. Titan Quest II, however, features meta attributes, which are a function of adjacent attributes. These will then boost select damage types. For example, you will be able to build a might and knowledge focused mage, allowing them to wear heavy armor while using a staff. Might and Knowledge both contribute to the Resolve meta attribute, which then boosts your fire and cold damages. You are not fully locked into the typical archetypes of your attributes though, even if you don't spec into Agility, as your attributes are still contributing to their meta attribute with Agility. It may be possible to pivot to lightning or poison damage, or physical damage types with the right gear and some small changes to your modifiers or skill allocation. During your journey, you will come across this cave beneath a temple containing Titan Ichor. By now it has crystallized, but it still contains enormous power. This power could be yours, but you will have to prove your mettle in this wave-based encounter. The enemies you face here will be skeletons, with some of them getting introduced for the first time. While they are individually weak, oftentimes you will be fighting large numbers of them. More elite skeletons, like Evokers or Revenants, create greater threats with their abilities, but so long as you pack some strike, fire, cold or lightning damage, cleaning them up should be no problem if you don't get caught too much. Especially the melee skeletons will be quite resistant to poison or pierce damage, however. Revenants can be particularly threatening, imbuing their allies with their own elemental damage type. Guards are able to reduce the damage allies take, while warlocks take on a leadership role, littering the battlefield with powerful AoE attacks and adding life drain damage to their allies. Lastly, let's take a look at the Hippocampus, one of Titan Quest II's optional bosses. Her skills are much more complex than even those of the most elite regular enemies. This will demand attention from players, whether they rely on absorbing damage with a barrier, dodging just at the right time, or simply tanking with a perfect build that counters the boss. With our bosses, we want to make sure that players can pick up on ability patterns and thus allow them over time to more effectively take on these enemies without too much randomness in their ability sequences. With the Hippocampus, it's particularly important to time dodge abilities well, as overusing it will lead to certain abilities hitting you.
Not enough energy.
By opting into Leap Slam, you can simply jump over the wave attack, saving you your dodge ability charge. Further Leap Slam charges help even more. However, when it comes to the Water Beam and Electric Ray combo attack, the timing of your dodge will be of great importance, especially seeing as this is a delayed attack with a small window of error.
More energy.
Being an early game boss, the Hippocampus only has simple phases, gaining some barrier in stages as the main health bar depletes. Bosses in the later game will unlock devastating abilities as you work away at their health. This and more awaits you in the early access of Titan Quest II. Our initial release will offer you an introductory chapter as well as the Ictian chapter. The Earth, Storm, Warfare, and Rogue Masteries will be available alongside 50 enemies, 6 bosses, 9 main and 14 side quests, and much more. We will add further content in regular game updates. We can't wait to hear what you have to say about the game. Your feedback will enable us to build the best Titan Quest II experience possible.